That is weird. I've never heard of anyone doing that.
Yeah, so we were locked in a room for almost an hour. It got to the point where people started leaving because they were upset. We walked around for a little bit. We asked if we could venture off by ourselves. They let us venture off. Nothing was happening, though. By that place, the place was just not active anymore. But I was fortunate enough, I'm actually going back June 23rd now with like a group of 10 people. We have the entire place to ourselves.
Perfect.
Private investigation. And I cannot wait to have that place almost to myself because of the energy in that place. It is a dark energy there.
Yeah.
And I really want to capture something. I thought I captured a shadow figure when I was there. I'm pretty sure we debunked it as my own shadow because I had a photographer. The guy Brett was taking some photos.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm almost positive it's my own shadow in the picture. But, I mean, it looked like a full-body apparition. I was so excited. And I ended up making a video about it, but I'm 99% sure it's me in the picture. But I'm really looking forward to going back out there and checking the place out and having a second chance of investigating it without all those people. You know, I don't know if you've ever been on a public investigation there. There's a lot of people there with their phone apps, like the ghost hunting app and stuff like that, and because they've never been on an investigation, they don't know, how to be quiet. Not saying that in a disrespectful way. They just don't know how to sit through an EVP session without contaminating it or making noise.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to, like, if you're going to be at a big group event like that, it's pretty much impossible to get, like, great evidence footage and, like, because, like you said, the contamination and everything. It's more, I guess, so people can have fun and learn, but it's definitely not ideal for us because, we're seasoned investigators. We just want the whole place to ourselves. And for me, I'm like more introverted, so anytime I get to a place and there's a bunch of people, I'm just like, oh man.
Well, that's how I was, man. I drove there by myself, and I was like, my plan was to just sneak off by myself and try to do a video and act like I had the place to myself. And it was just, only 13 people checked in on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, I talked to them, only about 10 to 15 people, 13 people checked in, and then there were like 50 people. I was like, God, this is not what I signed up for. Luckily, I met those two dudes, man. They were awesome. And they made, cause I'm an introvert also. So they made it real easy to talk to and hang out, and they didn't mind me running around chasing them and filming them. So that was awesome, man. They made the event so much better.
Yeah, those are the two guys that were in the videos with me.
Yep. Those are the, they have their own YouTube channel also.
Nice.
They do a lot of ITC work.
Yeah.
He had a spirit station, kind of like a portal, with him, and we were getting a lot of activity, a lot of responses. A lot of them were relevant responses. When we were in that dragon room, we had no idea what that room was used for, and that's the one thing I will give St. Albans credit for. They don't tell you the history of each room until after. This way, this way you don't suspect anything or try to make the sound that
Yeah, a lot of investigators prefer that.
Right, and we asked what the room was used for, and it said breakfast. And there's another time the spirit box said beans, and I thought it was funny. I said beans, and it said every kind of bean or something along those lines. So like I kind of laughed it off, and then I asked one of the people who worked there. I said what is this room used for? And she's like, well, it was the dining hall. And I was like, oh wow.
Wow.
I was like, yeah. I was like, it said breakfast on the spirit box, and then it said beans, and it did a few times that it was mentioning different types of food. I thought that was awesome. So that to me was a relevant response. I was happy with that. So that was pretty cool. And then there was in the attic what's known as the suicide bathroom. There were 4 suicides in this bathroom. As soon as you walked in that room, man, the energy just hit you in the chest.
I bet.
And it was to the point where you didn't want to have your back exposed, like you thought something was going to creep up behind you. You know, so like we were all looking for a wall to lean on because no one wanted to just stand in the middle of that room. Like, you know, we were like looking around. Like, I think you saw the one picture I put on Instagram where like you could see it in my face. I was terrified.
Yeah, that picture cracked me.
Yeah. So that's going to be a personal challenge for me on the 23rd. I'm gonna try to go up there by myself and have the entire floor to myself and spend about a half an hour in that bathroom, completely isolated, and open myself up. So I'm a little nervous. At the same time, maybe I'll live stream if the signal's strong enough. Do a little live stream up there and kind of poke fun at myself.
Being live definitely helps with being alone, just because, you know, you have those people in the chat there with you, cheering you on and everything. Like, you can do it. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, so I've never tried live streaming before. I keep saying I'm going to do it. I've been saying it for like 3 years, and I keep making excuses for myself. A lot of it has to do with my anxiety of just, you know, it's different when you're live, because it's almost like being on stage and doing stand-up. You know, you have your whole audience there watching and talking to you, so it just adds this extra element right there of fear for me. So I'm trying to get over it.
I understand.
I'm trying to. You do a great job of live streaming. You make it look easy. So I just got to get myself out there and
I've been
step out of my comfort zone.
I've been taking some tips and pointers from Eric Connor from Epic Paranormal.
Yeah, he's always live. Yeah.
He's the lit man. He live streams a lot, so I just, you know, took what I knew, like, from like the Twitch streamers, like video game streamers, and then like just kind of enjoy I like doing the spirit box sessions a lot, because then everyone in the chat can kind of type what they hear and everything. It's easy to go back and review, and
yeah, I like that too.
Sometimes we, you know, get some pretty crazy stuff. Like one of the one where I asked it to say Post Town and it said Post Town like directly after. That was on a live stream.
Yeah, that's wild stuff when that happens, man.
Yeah, I rarely get that direct of a response, but when it does, it's like, it's one of those things I don't understand. I'm like, how does it, you know, it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does happen, it's very clear. Like, it's pretty amazing.
Right. That's what I try to tell people. A lot of people are very, very skeptical of the spirit box. You know, they're saying that you hear what you want to hear. Sometimes there's no denying it, though. When you ask a question and get a relevant answer, and it's clear as day, I'm sorry, man.
And that's why, you know...
You can be as skeptical as you want, but that to me is, that is the spirit coming through.
And that's why we record it, you know, that way you can play it back and, you know, maybe some stuff definitely, I might mishear things, but that's why I always... Like, when I do sessions, I try not to say what I hear too much. I do it a lot, but I try to just let it play and then ask questions, and then that way when I'm going back over, I'm not talking over it or anything. But sometimes I do get excited if I hear something like demons or something. I'm like, that's like demons.
Right. Yeah, we had a demon come through. This was back in, like, 2015. I went to Waverly Hills. And I had the opportunity to investigate with Tim Wood from Live Sci-Fi TV.
Nice.
And he is always followed by demons. The dude asks for it all the time. So, I mean,
yeah, but
he's always calling out different demons. And we had a response. We were in in room 502.
Oh yeah.
Where the nurse committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the name Visa Bug came through clear as day. I mean, you heard him say it. You heard the demon come through. It said Visa Bug. As soon as you heard it come through, we all kind of looked at each other. No one wanted to repeat its name. And like I said, man, it was about 2 weeks after that I had some crazy, vivid, demonic dreams where I was like, maybe I'm not cut out for the paranormal. I was like, maybe I need to leave it for Zach Baggins and the Ghost Adventures and stuff. I was kind of shook after that.
Yeah, that stuff can be very it can be life changing and very intense.
Right.
Like recently. Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, you keep going.
You know J.P. Doyle from Just Paranormal?
Which one, JP?
You know JP?
Oh, yeah.
He had an experience recently that he took a break, but he's back in action. I saw that on his Facebook that he took a break. Yeah.
I think he had a possession or not a possession. What's the other term? They say oppression.
Yeah, oppression.
Yeah. It's scary stuff. I tell people all the time. A lot of people think it's a joke, and I could do that, or I could go out there and do it. You can do it. Just make sure you protect yourself, because it is dangerous. And he's one of the professionals, and it's still got him. And that's why no matter how experienced you are, you still gotta be really careful about opening yourself up and communicating. A lot of people are only afraid of Ouija boards. They think that's the only way evil stuff can come through. But any form of communication, you can really open something up, whether it's a spirit box or even those fake apps.
Yeah, I agree.
You get a fake app, I mean, you're still inviting something and trying to communicate. You can potentially open something up that you then can't get rid of. So you just got to, a lot of people need to be careful.
I've even had, with the fake apps, like, I've tried some of those, like, little joke apps out and stuff, and there's even been times where I've gotten relevant stuff with those,
right.
And I'll be like, interesting. I mean, I'm not going to use those in all my investigations or anything, but I might try them out. And then sometimes, like, I have gotten some interesting stuff, like names on tombstones and things like that were right in front of me.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Have you gotten, on your obelisk, have you ever gotten a name on a tombstone in front of you?
I've never had a name. The only thing I've had it say farmer at that location, which was a relevant answer for where I was at.
Yeah.
Never had a name come through. And what's funny with the obelisk, somebody was commenting on one of my videos, referring to the obelisk, thinking that it has, asking about what permissions does that app have, that maybe it had access to your microphone or your GPS location and can try to give you answers based off of your location or what you're saying. And I looked at the permissions for the app, and there are 0 permissions. It has no access to GPS, no access to your microphone or photos or camera. So that to me, like, that's why I thought, because I remember the first time I was out there, I was talking to the camera saying, hey, I'm out here, and I was talking about the history and the farmer and this and that. So then when it said farmer, I was like, oh man, I wonder if it can hear you. And then, but according to the permissions, it's got 0 permissions to anything. So that tells me that maybe it does work.
Yeah, because
I was also called the Yankee, which I thought was awesome.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah, I was at Fort Macon in Atlantic Beach, North Carolina, and Fort Macon was it was an old fort, obviously, for the Confederates, and the Union came down and defeated them in 2 days and turned it into a prison. So it went from being a base for the Confederates to now a prison. So I went down there, and I was kind of provoking a little bit, asking how they felt about us coming down, and it said, the obvious said threat, and then it said yank.
Wow.
I was like, whoa. I was like, holy cow. So I couldn't even hide it. I was like grinning ear to ear. I was like, well, that to me is pretty damn relevant. I'm like, so people could say it's an app, and I'm not very keen on apps, but that was pretty relevant.
And that's
he called me a Yankee right there, man.
And that's the iObelisk app.
Yeah, that's the iObelisk.
I like that one.
I thought about picking up a real one. They're a couple $100. I know you have the 5, right?
Yeah.
5. And last I looked, I think it was like $300 or $400. And it's hard to spend that much money on stuff.
Definitely.
Every once in a while, I